The Mesa Police Department in Arizona on Tuesday voluntarily released disturbing surveillance video footage showing a group of Mesa police officers brutally beating an unarmed man while responding to a call at an apartment complex in May. The 20-minute video, taken from a surveillance camera, shows several police officers kneeing and punching a black man, now identified as Robert Johnson. At one point, they slam his head into an elevator door. The incident took place on May 23 when officers responded to a 911 call from a local apartment complex. They arrived to find Eric Reyes and Robert Johnson. Officers ordered Reyes to sit and began speaking with him, but their interaction with Johnson, who was unarmed and talking on a cell phone, quickly escalated. Mesa Police Chief Ramon Batista told reporters that he was releasing the video to the public because he wanted to be transparent about the incident and provide additional context that would be left out if the video were anonymously posted online. Batista said he was not aware of the incident until the surveillance video was sent to the police department by a civilian. "I don't feel that our officers were at their best," Batista told reporters Tuesday when releasing the video. "I don't feel this situation needed to go the way that it went." 4 of the officers involved in the incident have been placed on administrative leave while the department conducts an investigation, and Batista said that the department would change some of its use of force policies after the incident. More videos related to the incident are expected to be released later this week. "This in no way represents the whole work that is done every day," Batista said. "They're human beings and certainly at first glance, this looks like a mistake." But critics of the department's behavior say several high-profile incidents involving the Mesa Police Department in the past few years complicate the efforts to cast this as a one-off event. Mesa has a culture of police brutality, and this affects all people that live in Mesa and travel through Mesa, and this culture needs to be cleaned up immediately, Benjamin Taylor, Johnson's attorney, told the Arizona Republic. In the longer, 20-minute video released by Mesa Police, Johnson can be seen standing on the apartment complex balcony. The footage, which does not include sound, also shows Reyes, who is sitting on the ground speaking with an officer. Johnson speaks with the officer but then returns to his phone. Soon after, 3 more police officers arrive and Johnson is frisked as he uses his phone. One officer then seems to point toward a wall near the elevator, apparently ordering Johnson to move there. After Johnson moves, the officer then points to the ground. When Johnson remains standing, leaning against a wall as he uses his phone, he is grabbed and quickly surrounded by several officers as he is repeatedly struck in the face. A punch from one officer seems to stun Johnson, and he falls to the ground. The next several minutes of the video show Johnson being pinned to the ground and handcuffed by officers. When Johnson attempts to sit up several minutes into the video, he is swiftly pushed down and placed in leg restraints. Later in the video, officers are seen lifting Johnson and walking him toward a nearby elevator. The officers suddenly slam his head and hold it against the elevator door as it opens, before moving back onto the balcony. Several minutes later, a white cloth is wrapped around Johnson's face as he is lifted by his arms and legs and carried into the elevator. Officers argued that Johnson did not comply with their orders and was argumentative during the encounter. Johnson was charged with disorderly conduct and hindering. Local news reports did not specify exactly what Johnson was hindering. This isn't the first time the police department has been accused of excessive force. The video of Johnson's assault comes at a time when national attention is focused on large racial disparities in police use of force. But Johnson's violent arrest also fits into a broader conversation about police violence in Mesa. Community leaders and lawyers working with Johnson, the man assaulted in the video, said in a statement that the incident is part of a larger problem, noting in interviews with reporters that this isn't the first excessive force case to roil the department. In 2016, the department found itself in the national spotlight after Philip Brailsford, then a Mesa police officer, fatally shot Daniel Shaver, a white pest control worker, while responding to a 911 call. The case was amplified by activists in the Black Lives Matter movement. In 2017, After Brailsford was acquitted of second-degree murder charges, previously unreleased video showed Shaver, who was unarmed at the time, crawling on his hands and knees and pleading with the officer to not shoot him. In March, Mesa police confirmed that the Justice Department was investigating the shooting. And in February, Mesa police found themselves at the center of a local firestorm when an 84-year-old woman was injured after police were called to her residence. Police initially told the woman's family that she had slipped and injured herself, but body camera footage later released by the department showed that an officer had grabbed the woman and forced her to the ground, leaving her with multiple bruises. The Mesa Police Department must develop a law enforcement culture that meets community and constitutional norms and ensures that police and citizens go home safely after police interactions, Johnson's representatives said in their statement. They plan to hold a press conference on June 7 to discuss the issue further.